Buy yourself a dance.
Are you sold on you? Let that sink in. See, I've been in sales my whole life, and sales always came very natural to me. But there's one thing that I've always wondered. I've seen so many people, so many business ideas, and so many great opportunities out there that never comes to their full potential. And I ask myself, why? Why is that? And being in sales my whole life, I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of individuals and groups. And I came to one conclusion that shined right through in all these people and ideas. They were lacking something that made them not being possible to reach that potential: sales. And I'm not talking about the transactional sales that you all, think we're talking about right now. I'm talking about the sales that you have in your everyday life. The sales you have with your spouse or your kids, the sales you have in your work with your team. But most of all, I'm talking about the sales that you have to yourself. The stories that you're selling to yourself every day. That's the sales I'm talking about. Ask yourself this: are these stories serving you? I mean, serving the real you? Because before you can sell anything to anyone, you have to buy yourself. See, how we view ourselves and how we talk to ourselves, and the congruency in what we do and what we say and what we believe, will shine right through in the energy that we give out. And that will later on come back in the opportunities, in the people, and in the results in our lives. How many here know that person that has it all? They have the job, the money, all in the sense of what society has taught us. And still, that person is not happy. Maybe that person is you. Let me tell you a story. Just like Ricardo said, I come from Lebanon. I came here with my dad, 86, in the war from Lebanon. My dad had to live a good job in an oil platform, took my mom and me and came here to Sweden. At that time, he could have had every opportunity to just become a product of his environment. He could have said, listen, I got a new opportunity in life. Sweden was very generous. We got a house to stay in. We got money. Life's okay. But at that time, my dad went into himself and thought, I know my values. I know what I want from life. And this is not it. I want my children to have the opportunities to travel. Go back to Lebanon. I want to educate my children. And if I want to do that, this is not the life for it. So he started to figure out how he's going to do it. He had his eyes set on a supermarket that he wanted to buy. The supermarket was not in the market. But he went right into that supermarket and said, hi, is this supermarket for sale? No, she said. Okay. He went home. My dad is not the person to take no for an answer. He came back the other day and said, okay, can I work for free? Sure, she said. I mean, who doesn't want free labor, right? Now comes the next challenge. My dad did not have the money. So again, he could have had every opportunity to go back and say, okay, now I don't have the money. Let me become a product of my environment again. Or he could have just kept his values and his dreams in his mind and go and get the money. And so he did. He borrowed 10,000 here, 10,000 there. He collected the money and he bought this supermarket. And he had it for 20 years. And he raised me and my 4 sisters. He educated us, we traveled, we had the best life ever. But most of all, he gave us this mindset that he carried. Remember that person I talked about? The person that had it all? That person was me. And yet I was not happy. I had a job that many people would dream of. The money was good. I'm married. I had it all. But I still was not happy. I remember I was just having this thing in my body and wondering, what is it? And one day I was doing a value exercise and it hit me. I was not being true to myself. I was living my life totally out of my values. I was not sold on me. There's a book called The Top 5 Regrets of Dying with Bronnie Ware. Anyone that's read it knows about it? It's very, very powerful. So this woman, she was interviewing people in their last stage of life, the 12 last weeks in their lives. And she asked them, if you would go back, what would you do different? What's your number one regret? And the one that stood out from the rest was, I wish I had the courage to live a life that's true to myself and not listen to everyone else around me. So I ask you again, are you sold on you?
100%.
Or have you sold you?